E for egg and E for elephant. E. F for frog, F for fish. F. G for goat and G for grass. G. H for hand, H for hat. Ha. I for ink and I for insect. E. J for juice, J for jar. J. K for king and K for kite. K. L for lamb, L for leaf. Live. M for man and M for monkey. N for neck, N for nose. Na. O for ocean, O for oar. O. P for plum, P for parrot. Pa. Q for queen and Q for quail. Q. R for rope, R for rat. S for sun and S for sunflower. T for tap, T for tub.